What's up everyone, 9th Jim here, back with another VGC 2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive video. Today we are going to be talking about Kingdra. We will cover VGC double sets, a single set, actually just one for VGC as well, speed tiers, and damage calcs. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. It means so much to me. And go down in the comments section and tell me what you think about Kingdra. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video. So also, little warning, my voice is a little nasally today just because I have been having a very bad allergy day, but it happens. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So Kingdra, water dragon typing, really hype, really good Pokemon from Isle of Armor, the new expansion Isle of Armor. Very glad to see this Pokemon, a huge buff for rain teams, very good. And the reason that it is such a big buff for rain teams is Swift Swim. Whenever this Pokemon is in rain, it gets double speed, and that is, you know, on top of your investment. So you invest into this Pokemon and then you outspeed everything so fast. Pokemon becomes so fast and very good. It's very versatile, as you can see here in their stats. We have attack 95 and special attack 95, so you can use it physically or special. It's traditionally used special, but we do have a couple of really cool tools like breaking swipe that are really cool for that. We have a new move, flip turn, which is just U-turn, but it's stab. It's pretty cool. However, we are going to be using it special mostly in this video. However, we will briefly talk about doubles or physical set. Anyway, water dragon typing is pretty solid. We have 3 resistances of fire, water, and steel, and then 2 weaknesses of dragon and fairy. This isn't bad, you know, we have dragon and fairy, but that's not that bad, honestly. Like, just 2 weaknesses is not terrible. And our bulk is not terrible either. HP 75 is like okay, it's average, but defense and special defense both at 95 is actually very solid. You can actually live an attack or two in Dynamax form. Like even a super effective attack you can live a lot of the time, so it's actually really good. Like Kingdra, even though it's like super like offensive and you'll typically see it offensive, it does have like enough bulk to be like there for a turn, which is cool. And then talking about offense, it also has like I said, the attack and special attack both at 95. I wish they focused more on one and put it more up, but it's okay at this. Like 95 isn't bad, and then speed at 85 is also really good after Swift Swim. Like it's amazing after Swift Swim. So the Pokemon works, it's very good. It's a huge buff to rain teams. Let's talk about some movesets. So our first moveset is going to be for VGC, so we're running ability Swift Swim, of course. Like I was saying, that's by far its best ability. It's the reason this Pokemon sees so much play, is because it just gets double speed, which is amazing. After investments into speed and modest nature, we still hit such an insane speed tier, and we'll talk more about speed tiers here in a bit. As far as our item goes, we went with Life Orb. You can switch this up. There's a lot of different items that you can go with. You could even go with a berry if you wanted to. We have Life Orb here just because it puts us in range of a lot of good knockouts, which is good. And then we also have items like Choice Specs or Choice Band if you're going physical. And like we said, we have like a little bit of good physical moves here that we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, you could go with Choice Specs, Choice Band. You could also go with Focus Sash, which is like really powerful with it. You know, there's some stuff that can OHKO you, so it's good to have Focus Sash. And if you're gonna stay baby, you'll probably want to go for a choice item if you're gonna not really Dynamax, but Focus Sash could be a good option for it as well. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about some moves. So as far as the move set goes, we are running Hydro Pump, Draco Meteor, Hurricane, and Protect. This is a very Dynamax oriented set. We're running Life Orb, so we have the really good flexibility to Dynamax when we want to. We're usually going to be Dynamaxing. Hydro Pump, Draco Meteor both give you the most amount of damage in a stab move when you max. I know that they're not as good when you're little, but you usually just max this Pokemon, and then you know, it'll die before it gets before it non-Dynamaxes usually. So like, you know, with the correct support, you can usually make it. But I mean, still, like Hydro Pump, Draco Meteor, Hurricane are still powerful after your baby, but you know, only once for Draco Meteor. Hurricane misses and Hydro Pump misses, so you'll have to be wary of that. If you don't want to Dynamax that frequently, you can definitely switch those up. You know, we have Muddy Water, we have Surf, we have Liquidation if you're physical. We have Scald, Dragon Pulse for Draco Meteor, Breaking Swipe. I think it gets Dragon Claw, maybe. Does it get Dragon Claw, actually? Dragon Claw? It doesn't get Dragon Claw. I don't know what other dragon moves we actually get that are physical, other than Breaking Swipe. But Breaking Swipe is the big reason why you would want to run this physical. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for our you know, our special attacking Dynamax set. If you want to switch up those moves, you can definitely. Like I was saying, it's very versatile. We have a couple of other good coverage moves, mostly, you know, like Ice Beam is good. Actually, not that much coverage. So we have like Hurricane and Ice Beam. Hurricane is mostly the best for Max Airstream. This Pokemon becomes a very great Dynamax target with Max Airstream giving it speed control, as well as Hydro Pump being able to turn into Max Rainfall or Max Geyser and then set Rain again if your opponent overrides it. And then you also have Draco Meteor that becomes Max Wormwind, which is of course really good because it's essentially an Intimidate, which is pretty good. And then Protect Max Guard. It's very standard to be on a Pokemon. So, next we'll talk about the flex moves. So, Ice Beam, Muddy Water, Dragon Pulse. Like I said, they really just give you the flexibility to change out those moves. If you don't want to Dynamax it as much, if you're going to go for choice specs, maybe Muddy Water, Dragon Pulse, Bounce, or not Bounce, Muddy Water, Dragon Pulse, Hurricane, Muddy Water, Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam could be good. Any of those could be good for choice specs. And then we also have... you know, some moves for physical, like I was saying. So Bounce, Breaking Swipe, Liquidation, Iron Head, all give you a really good Pokemon when you're not special, when you go for physical. The only bad things about physical is there's a lot of Intimidate running around, so you'll have to deal with Intimidate. You also, you know, like Max Wormwind is very prevalent in the meta as well, so you'll have to be careful. But I think your opponent won't really, like, you know, care to lead that too frequently unless it's their only form of fake out on the team and they want to go fake out early, you know, with Incineroar. But I don't think you know, they're worried about Kingdra being physically offensive, so you're usually fine. They're probably not going to lead Intimidate against you unless the rest of your team is all aggro, like, but you're probably fine. Like, you're probably fine to go physical. But yeah, I would recommend going special. I mean, it's just like more powerful attacks, just better attacks in general. But you can definitely switch that up. Iron Head, you know, Max Steel Spike is good. We still have Bounce for Max Airstream. Breaking Swipe is a very good move. Liquidation's a very strong physical stab move. So it definitely has a lot of stuff that you can use physical. Anyway, so then we also have Dragon Dance, of course, that you can use when this Pokemon. You can go Protect, or you can go Follow Me turn 1. You know, like Follow Me and then Dragon Dance, and then the next turn Max switch out for Politoed and set Rain, and then use Kingdra to just sweep everything, and then you outspeed opposing Kingdra like every time, which is very good. So yeah, Kingdra has a couple of very cool usages there as well. So let's talk about some EVs very quickly. It's not going to be putting much time into it. 252 into special attack, 252 into speed. We put the leftover 4 into HP because we're going to Dynamax it frequently. We also have the nature being modest just to give it plus special attack minus attack. And then, you know, because we don't really need the speed, we double our speed, so 137 times 2 is 174. Very, very fast Pokemon, or 274. Did I say 174? But yeah, Kingdra gets very, very fast, so it's very good. We don't really need to go into Timid or anything like that. And if you go physical, just move the special attack into attack and then go Adamant Nature. Pretty much just flop it and go for you know, physical. Anyway, that's going to be it for the moveset. Let's go ahead and talk about some synergetic Pokemon real quick before we move on. So first off, we have Politoed. It is now the best rain setter. I mean, yeah, you can still go with Pelipper, but, you know, this Pokemon offers much more bulk. You don't have to use Focus Sash on that Pokemon. You can use Focus Sash somewhere else on your team, which is very good. Focus Sash is almost on every team, so, you know, having to take that up for Pelipper kind of sucks that you have to, but you don't have to with this. Like, Politoed is very good. It's very bulky. It offers Helping Hand support, which is really good. You know, Icy Wind, if you're in the mirror match, you can go like Protect Kingdra turn 1, Icy Wind, and now your Kingdra's outspeeding their Kingdra unless they max Airstream. But all in all, just like, it's a very good Pokemon, a very strong, bulky option, and it gets very powerful Scalds in its own range, so that's really cool. And then also we have Togekiss, and Togekiss is really good. Mostly for that redirection turn 1, for especially if you go Dragon Dance, but you can also just, it's also very good against a Pokemon like Kingdra is kind of afraid of. You know, being a water dragon, you're only afraid of Dragon and Fairy, and you know, Togekiss really walls out Fairy type Pokemon, and then also just destroys Dragon type Pokemon. So it's like a very handy tool for Kingdra, and then Kingdra also just destroys some threats for that Pokemon, like something like Excadrill. Kingdra can just like max Geyser, take it down immediately, so that's another good option. You know, they cover each other pretty well. Anyway, that's going to be it for this slide. Let's go ahead and move on to some speed tiers. So speed tiers, there's not much here to be said. We are very, very fast. We the speed tier at 274 when we are in the rain. And then so all of the obviously, you know, if your opponent beats you in weather wars, their Pokemon is going to be outspeeding you. So if they have rain, or if they summon Sun and then use like Chlorophyll, Venusaur, of course they're going to be outspeeding you because, you know, we're not in our weather anymore. So all of these are really just like in our weather for the first couple. So first off, we have Barraskewda at 376. Swift Swim is going to be outspeeding us every time in Swift Swim. There's nothing we can do about that. But we do have a better speed tier than Ludicolo and Seismitoad, which is very good. Both of those are on the same speed tier. We just beat them. I think they're on the same speed tier, right? Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, we're very solid in terms of Swift Swim Pokemon. You know, we're outspeeding things like Ludicolo, which is very good. Ludicolo might actually start running Timid instead of Modest, so that I can outspeed Kingdra. We'll see that as the meta moves on, but I don't believe it does still, right? It's very close. No, it doesn't though. So yeah, we're good against like Ludicolo and Pokemon like that, so that's good. Next we have Form Change Rotom, Scarf. We outspeed most Scarf Pokemon. Form Change Rotom, Duraludon. We're not gonna see that very much. What are the common Scarf Pokemon? Scarf is very uncommon now. We also have Dragapult that we outspeed, Chandelure, Scarf, Max Airstream, Togekiss, and Braviary. We outspeed a lot of really good Pokemon even after one turn of that like Max Airstream, like with the Togekiss, Braviary. We outspeed Dracovish at Scarf. Like, we're in a very, very comfortable speed tier. And then when we get out of our terrain, or out of our weather, we do go down to 137, and then we're outsped by a lot of good common Pokemon, things like Excadrill, Mimikyu, Arcanine, and Indeedee Male. Like, there's a lot of Pokemon that are now going to be outspeeding us if we lose our weather, so you really want to keep your weather for this Pokemon. Pretty self-explanatory. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about some damage calcs. So damage calcs are where this Pokemon shines. A lot of these are going to be Dynamax Life Orb, some are going to have Helping Hand, and we have a couple of defensive calcs at the end. So first off, let's start them off. Max Airstream on a very high note. Life Orb, Max Airstream into a 252 HP for Special Defense Amoonguss, hitting 100 to 117%, a guaranteed OHKO against Amoonguss. This is amazing. You bypass the Regenerator, you bypass the Pinch Berry, like you just kill that Pokemon, which is very good. If we see these Amoonguss like evolve a little bit in the format and go for a little bit more special defense, then we might have to work on Helping Hand calcs for this Pokemon. But until then, we just take down Amoonguss, which is very good. Next, we have 252 plus Special Attack Life Orb Kingdra Max Airstream into Urshifu. Now, this is non-Dynamaxed Urshifu. We are hitting 156 to 184, guaranteed OHKO, which is very good, especially since we outspeed it during rain, which is very good. Next, we have Dynamaxed Helping Hand Max Airstream into a Dynamaxed Urshifu. This is Urshifu, not Poliwrath. I just used that because, they're not updated. Whoops. They're not updated on the damage calcs to have Urshifu or any of the new Pokemon. Obviously, they have Kingdra because it's an old Pokemon. But yeah. So yeah, into a Dynamaxed Urshifu, we are still hitting 99 to 117, which gives us a 93.8% chance to OHKO. I would rely on that. I would take those odds almost any time. Just because a lot of the time it's also going to be Sash too. So, like we might get that attack off and kill it. But then, if it's Sash, it's still kind of scary. Next, we have our Max Geyser from Kingdra into an Alolan Marowak, a Dynamaxed Alolan Marowak. This also is a 93.8% chance to OHKO. Very good. I would rely on that all day. Very good odds for us. Next, we have a couple of defensive damage calcs. So the first one here is a Dynamax Max invested into a special attack Togekiss Max Starfall, one of the scarier things that we'll see. It does 72 to 86%, which is a lot, but it's important that it does not OHKO, and it has no chance of OHKOing unless it gets a crit, which is going to be 50% of the time of offensive Togekiss. But still, it's something that I would usually be like, not feel like I have to switch out, still go with my usual game plan of Dynamax and do stuff. So that's good. And then next we have Dragapult Max Wormwind into our Kingdra. This is actually with Life Orb. I know I didn't put the Life Orb there. If they didn't have Life Orb, then we're in the clear and we don't get O-Code. But if they do have the Life Orb and Max Wormwind, then they're going to be doing 93 to 111% of our Dynamaxed damage, which is 68.8% chance to O-Code. That's very unfortunate for us. Like, that's odds that you don't want to rely on against a Dragapult. So Dragapult's a little scary, but like I said, we do outspeed it if we're in our correct weather. So excuse me, our own Max Wormwind is very good damage against it as well. And if you go for Ice Beam on this Pokemon, then you have Max Hailstorm as well. So but then you reset your weather, so you don't really want to do that. Anyway, that's going to be it for our damage calcs. Let's go ahead and move on to Single Spotlight real quick. So as far as Single Spotlight goes, it's very similar. With Swift Swim, we're running Choice Specs, Hydro Pump, Surf, Draco Meteor, Ice Beam. You can go with different coverage. You can go with, Flip Turn. You could go, honestly, like, you could just go Physical as well with this set, and then go Choice Specs, or Choice Band. But we have Choice Specs, Swift Swim, good coverage moves, good stab moves. We just went 252 into Special Attack, 252 into Speed, Modest Nature, just so we're very fast. You put this on a team with something like Politoed, and you're cooking. You're doing pretty good. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy Kingdra, then go ahead and leave a like and comment, and leave a like and subscribe and comment, hey, nice of it. It makes my day brighter, and it makes, I hope, your day brighter. I hope this video helps out. And yeah, I think Kingdra is definitely really good. It's probably our best Swift Swim Pokemon. It's probably our best Dynamax Rain Sweeper. It's very, very strong. It has a very strong not Dynamax as well with choice items and very solid stats. It's a really good Pokemon, honestly. Like, it's a very strong Pokemon. A very big buff for Rain is this and Politoed. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see this Pokemon a lot as we go on through the meta. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter. Join my Discord. Links in the description for both. Have a good next 2 months, and goodbye.